Here's something I picked up not too long ago. This is an HMV-102, but it's an HMV-102H. The H models were reserved for the British home market, and they only came over here to the USA when some tourist bought it, or serviceman, and brought it home. Well, this 102H was made between 1953 and 1955. It was the last run of the 102s, the most improved version. Now that cover is exactly as it came to me. Nearly perfect, not even cleaned, and look how nice it looks. Pretty rare, because sometimes these machines can get a bit beat up. Open it up, have a look. Now, the 102 later series E's and H's have a flush motor deck, as you can see right there. The older ones, it drops down about a ½ inch or so, and there's a little bit more room in there for a record tray. These later ones were never issued with a record tray, so they didn't need the extra room. You can see where the crank goes right there. The crank hole is not open to the outside of the case either, so debris cannot get in there when the case is closed. These came with the 5B reproducer. This is actually a 5A that I've had to rebuild with a new back to save it, because 5As had pot metal issues and sometimes they could be crumbled. The 5B on this one was damaged. Unknown reason why, because the machine itself has no damage at all, but maybe they had it out of the machine for some reason and dropped it, or who knows what, and managed to break it. But fortunately I have spares. And that's the 5A, which really looks exactly like the 5B. There's not a lot of difference there. They sound pretty much the same. Actually, they sound exactly the same. Well, let's see how it sounds. We already have a needle on the record. Always change your needle for each play of a record. There we go. This does have an auto brake, which I haven't been using because it needs a minor adjustment. Just didn't get to it yet. And if anybody's into, whoops. This is Ambrose and his Orchestra Street in Havana. And the 102 is the last of the really high quality orthophonic portable phonographs. Spring wound. They made this from 1932 all the way up to 1958. These last H's and E's and such were the last of the models. And I love collecting these things. I have quite a few of them. They're such a high quality machine. So well built, solid. They have an excellent motor. Parts are available. And the sound reproduction is as good as any Victor orthophonic from the earlier periods. And they're a little tough to find here in the US. I do have to do some hunting to dig them up. UK, of course, they're much more common, and I have smuggled a few out of there, but every now and then one turns up on the US market, and when it does, I usually grab it, because they rarely disappoint. And this is the 102H, 1953 to 1955. And there you go.